Let's begin with today's session. And sorry, as we are continuing with our series on anger management, although I really don't resonate with the word anger management because managing anger is not our job. Our job is to let go of the anger, right? So, of course, it's just a term nowadays. We say like stress management. या हम लोग बोलते हैं anger management. Now, you only manage something that you wish to keep, right? So, maybe we can just think about that. Yes, we want to not just regulate, but we also want to let go and drop it off because it's garbage sometimes. Okay, तो आज के सेशन की शुरुआत करते हैं. Let's begin with a prayer. Keep your spine straight. Take a deep breath. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to Lord Mahagurji mailing, to all the great, great ones. We thank you for your blessings, your guidance, your help and protection. Thank you, God, for making us instruments of love, instruments of peace. In full faith, we thank you. Gently open your eyes. Alright, so I hope you have seen the topic for today. और आज के टॉपिक में हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं about frustration. So as we are continuing with this series, we have been discussing about all the root causes कि anger क्यों आता है, what is the root cause behind anger. Now anger is actually just a reaction. Anger क्या है? एक reaction है. And there is always something underlying beneath which makes us react in anger. So sometimes आप देखेंगे कि anger सिर्फ हटाने से भी problem solve नहीं होता. We have to go to the core issue to come out of it from the root. So anger के various core issues हो सकते हैं and we have been discussing one each day. तो आज हम लोग discuss करेंगे about one of the root cause of anger and that is frustration. What is that? Frustration. Now let us understand ourselves कि क्या हम लोग को anger आता है out of frustration. Now what is the meaning of frustration? How do we feel when we are frustrated and why does frustration happen? Okay, तो कुछ इसके बारे में discuss करते हैं. So frustration is basically, you want something but it is not happening. Okay, time पर नहीं हो रहा है. What do you think is frustration? The moment we say, oh, I'm frustrated, or we tell somebody, oh, you are frustrated. So what is really the meaning of that? What do you think is the meaning of that? How does that person feel when a person is frustrated? How is the feeling within when a person is frustrated? What do you think is frustration? You can put it in the comment box. Irritating. Okay, what else? Wish is not completed. Yes, true. That is a good one. So, or some basically frustration is where you want to do something, or you have a target to do something, or you have a wish or a desire to do something, but in spite of working towards it, you're not getting the result. तो जब हम लोग कोई चीज करने की कोशिश करते हैं लेकिन हम लोग को रिजल्ट नहीं मिलता है, then we get frustrated. And then we feel, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing so many things, but I'm not getting the result. And that is why we get frustrated. So frustration is basically not producing result as per our expectations. And then the anger starts coming in. Now, not producing result as per our expectation. If we are not being able to meet expectation, or if we are not being able to produce result ourselves, then the frustration is actually on self. हमको खुद के ऊपर, we are frustrated with our own inner self. Similarly, if we want something from others, okay, we want something from other people, but we are not getting what we want from that person, that also frustrates us. So frustration खुद के प्रति भी हो सकता है, या frustration can be towards somebody else. Okay, now number one, when you're frustrated about somebody else's performance, or you're frustrated about somebody else's behavior, you don't have a choice, but you have to drop that. Because changing someone is not in our hands. किसी और को बदलना हमारे हाथ में है ही नहीं. And when you're frustrated because you want to change somebody, maybe because of their behavior, maybe because of their anything, their habits, their lifestyle, बहुत चीज हो सकती है. So when we try to change somebody and that person is not changing, and that is frustrating us, so it's almost a feeling where you're banging your head against a wall. आप एक सर से अपना माथा पीट रहे, you're banging your head against the wall. Who will get hurt? I don't like, suppose I don't like this wall, मेरे पास में एक wall है, or I don't want this wall and I'm frustrated with this wall and I want to break this wall, so I'm banging my hands, I'm banging my head on the wall. Who will get frustrated? Who will get hurt? I will only get hurt. And why am I getting frustrated? Because my expectation is unrealistic, and the expectation of wanting to change somebody else is totally unrealistic. And the more frustrated we become, the more difficult it will get. जितना हम और frustrate होते जाएंगे, because we want to change someone, we want the other person to behave properly, and we are getting irritable about it and we're getting frustrated about it. In fact, it's only going to become worse. Okay, so at that time we need to be aware that, okay, I need to stop this desire of wanting to change somebody else. And if it is causing frustration, those who have done pranic healing is going to really activate your solar plexus. It's going to make you get very irritable, and it's going to make you, obviously, it's going to have a negative impact on your relationship also with that person. Okay, so during the end of the session today, we will practice healing towards this energy of frustration. Okay, next, when we are frustrated with ourselves, basically हमारी खुद से कुछ expectation है. We want ourselves to behave in a particular way, or we want ourselves to develop a particular habit. मतलब हम खुद से कुछ expectation hold करके रखे हैं, और वो expectation हमारी meet नहीं हो रही है. We are, so in this case we are frustrated with ourselves. By the way, the logic is the same. Yeah, my volume is full actually. I hope it's okay now for all of you. Yes, I'm on full volume. Maybe you can check your device also once. Yeah. All right. So when we are frustrated towards ourselves, the logic is the same. हम खुद से, we are having unrealistic expectation towards ourselves. Like, let me give you an example. Something very common. You're trying to lose weight. Okay? And you're expecting हम इस हफ्ता 2 kg weight lose करेंगे. And you're going on a crash diet, you're exercising, you're doing many things. Is it a realistic target? लोग बोलते नहीं, हम भगवान को भी प्रे कर रहे हैं, हम सब चीज कर रहे हैं, हम ये कर रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं. So, at least in my personal experience, I've seen whenever we are frustrated about ourselves, many times the target which we are setting, वहां पर कुछ गलती हो रही है. And sometimes that target is totally unrealistic. So instead of getting frustrated, a better way is to get deeper into the subject and understand that, is it realistic? Is it realistic? Like I've seen people, they attend pranic healing courses. And when they attend pranic healing courses, we realize, oh, I need to meditate regularly. I need to practice character building. I have to stop lying. I have to stop getting angry. I have to stop getting fearful. I have to do so many things. And yes, it is a good target to have. But we expect this to happen in a day. Or we expect it to happen maybe even in a month. 4 दिन मेडिटेशन नहीं किया, हम लोग एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि हमारी लाइफ एकदम सेट हो जाएगी. I am meditating every day since last 1 week. I'm still irritable. Come on, 1 week is nothing. Yes, you might hear some stories जहाँ पर एक हफ्ता में ही बहुत चीज हो गई. But it is not a regular thing. It is an unrealistic expectation. Sometimes people say, oh, I'm tithing, I'm donating so much money, but I'm not getting the results. I'm getting frustrated. I will stop tithing. Well, हम डोनेशन देना बंद कर देंगे, अच्छे काम करना बंद कर देंगे. क्यों हमको कुछ अच्छा मिल नहीं रहा है? Because we are very anxious and we are very having extreme unrealistic expectations. So with self, I've normally seen, sometimes we don't know how much can be handled. It is very, it's like handling yourself is, we should know where we stand, and we should know how much can we extend ourselves. It's like if you're exercising after 5 years, then even going for a walk for 2 kilometers might be a lot. But if you're getting frustrated, oh, हम तो 5 किलोमीटर walk कर ही नहीं पाए, well, it is again unrealistic expectation. And maybe you're expecting things too fast. Another example I'll give you, it's like frustration also comes in. And what is the meaning of this unrealistic expectation? It's like, suppose I want a tree to grow, or I want a plant to grow. If I want a plant to grow, I have to sow the seed, right? So I sow seed and I want the plant to grow. But I'm so frustrated, हम उसको पानी दे रहे हैं, सनलाइट दे रहे हैं, उसको फर्टिलाइजर भी दे रहे हैं, ये सोच के कि जल्दी जल्दी उग जाएगा. But the plant will take its own time. तो आप क्या कर रहे हो, रोज खोद खोद के देख रहे हो, अरे आज आया क्या, अरे नहीं आया, अगेन यू डन, अगेन यू सी, अरे हुआ क्या, then again you put it. Are you even allowing the plant to grow? Not really. Like another example that I can think of is, suppose you are making a sandwich. आप एक सैंडविच कर रहे हैं, आप एक सैंडविच टोस्ट कर रहे हैं, you put the sandwich in the toaster. Now you're expecting कि बहुत जल्दी हो जाएगा, but you're very anxious, you're very frustrated कि जल्दी नहीं हो रहा, जल्दी नहीं. अब बार बार आप उसे खोल के देख रहे हो, अरे हुआ क्या, नहीं हुआ, बंद किया, अरे हुआ क्या, नहीं हुआ, बंद किया. Now you have to detach and you have to allow it to toast. Yeah, if you're baking a cake, birth of a baby, exactly. आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि नहीं, हमने तो आराम भगवान को प्रे किए, हम गुड कर्मा जनरेट किए, ये कि वो कि हम 7 महीने में बच्चा पैदा कर देंगे. Possible? So these are the examples of unrealistic expectations. So sometimes we have unrealistic expectations from ourselves. I've seen people, they are under heavy debt, financial problems, this problem, that problem. Target क्या बनाते हैं, साल का 1 करोड़ रुपया कमाना है. Well, we have to get realistic. पहले प्रॉफिट में तो आए, पहले हम महीना का 1,00,000 रुपया तो कमाना सीखे. So taking small steps. Yes, there is no harm absolutely in having a big target, but let's not forget the magic of achieving the baby steps to achieve that target. If you don't believe in baby steps, the target will be frustrating. There is a lot of power in small steps. This reminds me of one quote which Master Hermie used to often say in her classes, or she normally says in her classes. I really love it. I really have it noted it at many times. So she says, think big. You can note this, it's beautiful. Think big means have a big target. Think big, act small, move fast. And I really think that this is the key to combat frustration or to overcome frustration. I repeat, think big, act small. Act small basically means take small steps. But हमको क्या करना है, हमको हर बॉल पे छक्का मारना है. Unrealistic expectation. एक एक रन बनाने में भी बहुत पावर है. But if you want to, आपको बस, people just want कि things should change overnight. You are welcoming frustration. You will have anger. You will have irritation towards self. So जब हम खुद कोई चीज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, it is important to tell yourself, slow down. Let me take small steps. Change the deadline. Not out of laziness, because maybe it's becoming too much pressure on yourself. Slow down. Think big. Act small. Act small means taking baby steps, taking small steps, and move fast. Move fast basically means no laziness. Thank you, Jula, for typing and putting it up on the chat box, those who have missed it. And personally, I feel if we focus on this, if we keep thinking big, yes, okay, this is my aim, this is my big aim, this is my target. But acting small means it's okay, I don't want to achieve it overnight. But yes, all our steps are geared up towards that one target. Now, this kind of an attitude will not let frustration come into our system very easily. Okay, so it's 7:15. Time for us to close. I hope you enjoyed this little talk. And yes, I had like a small break. I'm just feeling so good seeing all of you again or connecting to the group. I will see you again tomorrow. Okay, Atma Namaste. Thank you very much. Let's close with a prayer. To the Supreme God, to Master Chokoksui, to all the great, great ones. Thank you for your blessings. May all the negative thoughts, negative emotions of frustration from our aura, from our chakras, especially from the solar plexus chakra, may it be disintegrated right now. So be it. Thank you, God, for helping all of us purify ourselves of this frustration. In full faith, we thank you. Gently open your eyes. Thank you very much. Atma Namaste.